that. Range, do you want to sort of be at the edge of the room? And make sure you keep an eye out for the purple orbs that are going to be rotating around the room. You do not want to hit it. Melee, we want to spread out because he's got an ability that'll hit us, and it'll deal AoE damage. And it leaves behind a little thing on the ground that hurts whenever he casts some ability. Every time he casts Reverberating Strike. So just stay away from each other and stay away from the tanks and stay away from the spikes in the ground. The main thing to watch out is his Ruiner, which is his breath attack. So when he turns to cast Ruiner, run away. We've split the raid into two groups. So group 1 will always group 1 and 3 will always deal with the leftmost ad in phase 2. 2 and 4 will deal with the rightmost ad. And basically, when he casts, what is it, Apocalypse something protocol, that's when we switch to the ads and kill them. Any questions?
When do you want Bloodlust?
Let me check. Let's use an on pull. All right.
Sounds good. We'll do.
On you tanks.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Orb, your melee.
4, 3, 2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Ads.
Four, three, two, one.
2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's wipe.
4, 3, 2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that's. Yep. So there is definitely a lot of people getting hit by the orbs. Unless you're a tank, you should not be getting hit by the orb. The other thing I wanted to do is mark the sides. So tanks, if you want to start the fight near the red marker, which is behind him, and you can try to, if you try to blow up the orbs by there, damage and heals we can sort of spread between Moon and Orange. Then just to call out the rotation for phase 2, group 1 and 3, we go to Moon, Moon, and then Red. Group 2 goes Orange, Red, Orange. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah, I was wondering about that on the second group of ads.
Yeah, get turned around anyway, so that's why I marked it.
Yep.
Sure, so group 1 and 3 is Moon, Moon, Red. Groups 2 and 4 is Orange, Red, Orange. and try to get to your ad as quickly as possible. So if you want to, so his energy bar, I think, is when that hits 100. That's when he casts the ads. So you want to try to be near your gate when it's about to go off, because there is a the cast that the ads do at the beginning of phase 2 and causes them to take increased damage, but that decreases over time. So the faster you get over to them, the better.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Ads soon.
4, 3,
Oh, right on me.
1.
Four, three, two, one. Four, three, two, one.
4, 3, 2, 1.
4. Four, three,
We can wipe.
one.
Beware.
You can just jump off.
I'll be right back. If you need to pull without me, go ahead.
Okay.
Well, let me get up there first. I've got you on follow, ma'am, sir.
Yeah.
I died really early that fight too.
We lost Salvation.
Getting called out like that.
Yeah, definitely necessary.
It's like one of those foghorns on a boat.
Yeah, something's up with my DVM then, because it's not playing that for me.
Do you have the latest version?
Yes.
You would know if it was. It's quite striking.
Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
I did multiple times. I actually reinstalled DBM because it kept telling me that I was out of date, even though Curse kept telling me I was up to date. So I reinstalled it, and then the error message went away. So maybe it's lying to me and trolling me. I think it's still the Curse client. Regardless, the functionality is still there. I reinstalled DBM. I'm getting the in-game message from DBM saying that my client is out of date. So then I reinstalled it and it stopped giving me the message. So whether it's Twitch or Curse, it doesn't really matter. Nah, not at that point. Maybe for like the auto updates it would, but not when I went in and manually did it.
Yeah, you're definitely way behind. You're on 7.3.7, and 7.3.13 is the latest.
I'm sorry, was something said to me? I had to deal with an 8-year-old.
Yeah, I said that you're not on the latest version. You're 6 versions behind.
Well, I don't understand how they can have a bad version on their website then, because that's where I went to download it. But
The Curse
guess I'll do it
website or the
again.
client?
No, the DBM website. I went to DBM and downloaded it and reinstalled it manually. So I guess I'll do that again real quick.
That's interesting. DBM's website is, yeah, 7.3.13.
Yeah, it's nice. You used to have to pay for that.
Are you updating DBM Salvation?
Yes.
Okay. We're waiting on Scott anyway, so.
Super frustrating.
Did you get 0.13 or whatever?
I downloaded the same. I did the exact same thing I did 2 days ago, and we'll see if it works this time. It stopped giving me the error message, so I assumed it was fixed.
It just gave up.
I guess.
The version that everybody has right now came out 5 hours ago, so it's entirely likely that they added that sound, because I don't remember that sound from last week or from Tuesday, so it's probably
It
new.
is.
See, should have updated the client 5 hours ago instead of 2 days ago. Being proactive.
Yeah, well, I just right before I log in, I hit refresh, update all, and
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go.
That's away.
Yeah, and he said pull without him, so I don't know when he's going to be back.
okay.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Four, three, two, one.
Add soon. After Ruiner.
Four, three, two, one.
Still didn't do it.
Four, three, two, one. Four, three,
Gonna
Get
give
Duke up if you can.
one.
2, 1.
4, four, 3, 2, 1.
Ruiner.
Beware. Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Four, 3, 2,
Oh, you guys can win.
1.
Looks like Scott's back? Question mark.
Yeah, back. Sorry, bio emergency.
Everything come out okay?
A little too much, yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So do I.
Story of my life. Yeah.
Rebalance the groups, but let's try it one more time with the same layout as we were going for, except let's Bloodlust at the first ad phase.
I will be ready for you when you call that.
On your tanks.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Remember, we want to be away from the tanks.
Four, three, two, one.
Ruiner,
4, 3, 2, 1.
and then we're going to get ads. Bust. Stack for purple.
4, 3, 2, 1. Four, three, two, one.
Four,
Ads soon.
2, 1.
4, 3, 2.
Moon and red.
You want a VR?
Yeah, after this phase.
Four, three, two, one.
Beware.
1. Four, three, two, one.
Four, three, two,
Shoot.
1.
Ads.
Four, three, two, one. Four, three, two, one. Four, three, two.
That was a lot better.
Yeah. So a couple of things I'd like us to work on is um, so after we finish the ads in phase 2, we want to transition back to sort of our original placement where the tanks are on the opposite side as the rest of the raid. This is going to help mitigate the damage from the shadow orbs. Then additionally, at the end of phase 2, if we have 2 ads up, we should try to stack them. That's going to make it a little bit easier to deal with the mechanics, and then just focus fire down the lower one once they're stacked. Otherwise, any questions about that? And make sure you're avoiding the stuff on the ground in phase 2. Looks like we're getting a lot of damage. On you, tanks.
Five, four, three, two, 1.
Four, three, two, one.
Ruiner, and then adds.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Lust.
Four, three, two, one. 1.
Four, three, two, 1.
4.
Bring them together.
4,
Kablu.
2, 1.
Beware. Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, get me out. For
4,
get Malk out.
2,
Or never mind.
1.
Just wait. You can just jump off. Let's take a 5-minute break.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So that last attempt, Duke and Rocky, Alphonse and I got hit by the tank ability. So I'm not sure what's triggering that.
Which one?
Forging Strike.
That hits people that are too close to the tanks.
I don't think I was near you.
We were pretty far away. It's entirely possible,
Okay.
though.
I think what also has been happening is when we move for like the beam, that we end up getting out of
Getting
melee
out of
range.
melee range. Yeah.
So
I was wondering if
I'll
that
make
was
sure that I'm
happening.
in range at least.
Yeah, we were both within range, but we definitely were not close to a tank.
It also happens, like Minimizer said, if on the way back from killing the ads, if whoever he has aggro on isn't real close.
So it's interesting. I'm looking at when you died, Minimizer, and Rocky, you were actually in melee range. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but something to keep an eye on. Yeah.
Just to
Mine might have-
clarify, group 2 is orange, red, orange, right?
Correct. Everyone's ready, so on your tanks. And healers, whatever damage you can throw out in phase 2, especially at the beginning, that'd be helpful.
2, 1.
Four, three, two, one.
Ruiner Cern.
4, 3,
And then ads.
1.
Bust. Bring them together.
Reset. You shouldn't be near red now.
4, 3, 2, 1.
add soon.
Four, three, two, one.
4, four, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Ah.
Reset.
4, 3, 2, 1.
This next one's gonna kill me.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Four,
Add soon.
2, 1.
Kill red.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Lunar.
4, 3, 2, 1. Four, 3, 2,
4,
1.
3, 2, 1.
Heroes is up.
No one's alive that can do it.
Yeah, we can wait.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So when you get the purple, you got to bring it to the group, right?
Yes. Green is soak, red is wet, go away, purple is stacked.
Yeah, that's how I got killed. I didn't stack. I ran away like a goof.
And if you somehow get both red and purple, you're just gonna die. So I hope you have an immunity.
I'll try and pop darkness.
Yeah, just run away from the group if you have an immunity, or do whatever you can to absorb damage.
I'll try and pop darkness whenever I can. Those come up.
Yeah, particularly for the shadows.
Problem is, it's a 3-minute cooldown.
Yeah. It's possible we shouldn't have. In which case, we go back to the first round, so it goes back to Moon and Orange. Yeah.
It was my mistake. Apologies.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Four, three, two, one.
Ruiner.
Four, three, two, one.
Ads. Lust. Reset.
Four, three, two, one. 4, 3, 2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
4. Four, three, two, one.
Ruiner.
Beware.
Get him up. Reset.
Four, three, two, one. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Four,
Add soon.
2, 1.
I don't think we have heals at orange.
Kill red. Blue.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Ruiner right at us.
Call back. Sorry.
Four, three, two, one.
Reset.
4,
2,
3,
1.
2, 1.
Best run yet. 6.7, 6.5.
You can jump off.
And I won't die in the first 15 seconds.
It's okay.
It's that death breath, and it was my fault. I saw it coming.
Minimizer. Can you follow group 2? Or you know what, Scott? You're gonna follow group 2, so that's orange, red, orange.
Yep, no problem.
Minimizer, you're still in 1, so that's moon, moon, red.
It's kind of hard to stack the ads when there's both of them are up.
Yeah.
Because if we're too close to each other, then we both get a stack of the strike, and that's bad.
Yeah, so I'm rebalancing it, the DPS, so hopefully we're only going to have one up. Because, yeah, I think stacking, I'd much rather have one much higher than having 2 up. So hopefully we'll at least always get it is moon, moon, red. But you're in groups 2 and 4, so you're orange, red, orange. Rudolin.
Really? I looks like I'm in 3.
If you open up your hit O and hit the raid tab, I show you as group 2.
Yeah, no, I get it. Great. I was using my add-on.
Yeah, sometimes the add-ons mix up the groups for some bizarre reason. So it's worth just checking raid layout.
Oh, so that's definitely why we were dying.
Probably didn't help.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Four, three, two, one.
Winner.
4, 3, 2.
I'm gonna get ads. Lust.
Four, three, two, one. Four, three, two, one.
Add soon.
3, 2, 1.
Four. Four, three, two, one.
Beware.
Reset.
Four, three, two, one. Four, three, two, one.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Not sure if we have heals at orange.
Root's down. You want to BR me?
Yeah.
Four, three, two, one.
A lot of people near the tanks.
Reset.
Four, three, two, one. Four, three, two,
4,
one.
3, 2, 1.
Woohoo!
Oh boy.
Awesome
Oh.
job,
Hey,
guys.
Scott.
Congratulations, Rudolin.
Ooh, that's a big one too.
Oh,
Awesome.
very nice.
You are the lucky one.
Return to the Vindicar and prepare to strike the killing blow.
I've been wanting that one for a long time. Nice drop.
Very Matharas.
If either of you don't need those rings, I could definitely use it. I'm still dealing with an 850. Of course.
Sorry, do we go to the Broken Cliffs or the Burning Throne?
Burning Throne. We are heading for the Chamber of Anguish.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Happy World Land.
Where is the... Did you just jump? Yeah, you guys are going the wrong way.
No, you're going the wrong way.
Oh.
I don't actually know that.
I have an aversion to deep holes.
I've got some bad news.
Ow.
Yay!
So,
Learn to glide.
the way this fight works, if you are far away from a player, you get hit by a big, you get hit by shadow damage, and shadow damage is pretty bad. Because when you take shadow damage in this fight, you are immune to healing for 7 seconds. The way we sort of want to deal with this is we're going to tank the boss on Skull, and he's going to be facing away from where we are right now. So move him to Skull and then turn him around. Tanks in normal, you can stack on top of each other. If you want to start figuring out what heroic looks like, feel free. Where you sort of have a frontal cleave to deal with, but in normal it just hits the active tank, and you just taunt off whenever you get misery. The raid will be alternating between orange and purple, and we're going to start on purple. He casts an ability called Dark Fissure. So what this basically does is, after a few seconds, 3 Dark Fissures will spawn under random players. So we want to sort of do is not, when the fissure starts spawning, we're going to alternate to orange and then go back and forth. I don't know if the positioning is totally right, but we need to make sure the melee is in range. So you're just going to be going back and forth. If you get targeted by marked prey, just make sure you back up a little bit, and then either Minimizer, me, or Scott will get hit by it. The main idea is we need to rush back in as quickly as possible, because it doesn't knock back. Marked prey.
Okay, so just rush out and do Nether Walk.
No, so this is a different one. So marked prey is the one that has the knockback. So what we need to do is, I mean, I think ideally Minimizer is sort of the best one to handle this because charge. Right. But yeah, if you can either back up into a line, or the easiest thing is a warrior charge where essentially Minimizer intercepts it, he gets knocked back and then charges midair, so he's never more than 8 yards away. Scott, if you hit jump in midair, you should be able to glide back down, and I can use Transcendence.
Okay.
Glide or blur. Or what's the Fell Rush, not blur. And then does he has the one where he randomly targets a player in normal? Okay, so we don't even have to deal with it. So we're basically just alternating on void zones, intercepting marked prey, and don't be alone. So we're all going to start on purple. Any questions about that?
Yeah, could you go over marked prey one more time?
Sure. So marked prey will hit a random ranged or random DPS or healer. Minimizer or I or Scott will be in front of you. And we're going to take that blast. Whoever gets hit by it gets knocked back. And if you can charge back in, you don't have to deal with the you're alone, so you take shadow damage and bad stuff happens.
Okay, will you be calling that out?
There should be a DBM thing for it.
Okay.
And so the main thing is because we're all going to be stacked anyway, the main thing that if you get hit by marked prey is back up so the melee are in front of you. And then Alphonse, just make sure you sort of take like a step back. Although if you have feral charge, that'll also work.
Or Displacer Beast will probably work for him too.
Where it Displacer would actually blink you too far forward, but you'd probably just be in range of the tank, so you'd probably be okay.
Because you have to spec for feral charge now.
Yeah, I know.
You get Skull Bash for free.
Oh, that's right, Skull Bash.
That works too. Forgot about that.
Druids being overpowered. Forgot about that. Any questions about this? I kind of just want to start showing it to people.
Lust on pull, lust some other time?
Yeah, we can list on pull.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with Brian. Let's just kill him.
Yeah, the main thing is he's not too bad. Everyone's ready.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Lust.
Lust. We're going to orange.
3, 2, 1.
Get to orange. Rudolin, get to orange. Get Rudolin up. Go to orange now. Dark Fisher, get ready to move. Purple, Rudon.
Nice.
There you go.
That was too easy.
Yeah, he's not too bad on normal. Let's go pull Coven so you guys can see it. AKA, I hate you melee, the fight.
Oh, fun.
I hear you like cleave. Possibly the Pug Killer. Although I also feel like Vari Mothras might be the Pug Killer. So, tanks. It's mostly just like if you're not stacking right, you just die. But okay, so for this ranged, you're gonna want to spread out and be as far away from the melee as possible because our lives are miserable enough. Two of the sisters will be up, the other one will be tormenting the Pantheon. The short version is there's a lot of dying, so don't stand in it. The tanks are going to have to spread out. The two sisters who are up because they get a damage shield. Dima is the first one that jumps away, so we're going to be dealing with Nora and Asara. And then occasionally ads will spawn around the edge of the room. DPS needs to go and kill them. The ads are not tankable. The main thing to watch out for melee is when they summon. When there's a whole bunch of Titans around the edge of the room, I think it's Aman'Thul. No, it's Norgannon. Norgannon, there's like a giant wave of ads that melee won't really be able to do much because they deal a ton of damage to anyone near them. Yeah. Any questions about this? I kind of just want to see it because we're sort of at raid time.
Lust on pull.
Yeah, for tonight. You can just lust on pull.
I know they have a shared health pool. Was there someone specific we should be focusing on?
I'm sorry, you said lust on pull? I was getting really excited about the Santa suit.
So we can lust on Amanthul. I'll call for it.
Perfect, okay, thank you.
And then Minimizer, do you remember which one of these two that melee should be on first? Is it Asara? Yeah, should be off of the fire one. Yeah, because the whirlwinds she draws in, and that's bad. All right. So we're melee is on purple.
So
and
that's
then
Asara.
Yep. And then when Asara leaves, we'll go to Dima.
Okay.
All right. Everyone's ready on you tanks.
5, 4, 3, 2. You cannot escape the shadows. I want to see your limbs roasting.
Beware.
Also point them away from people. Forgot about that. And you don't need to move her away from the whirlwind. That just slowly draws back to her.
Beware.
I want to see your limbs roasting.
Beware.
I want to see your limbs roasting. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Kill the ads that spawn.
They're coming straight at you through the storms of Golgari. Beware.
Right. Forgot about that. So for these, we need to spread out.
Beware.
Yeah, so melee's got to split between all of them, and range can kind of rotate around.
Yeah.
I want to see your limbs roasting.
Beware.
We're gonna get Khazgoroth soon.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And you want to sort of, they do like flamethrower attacks. Yep.
Enjoy my icy caress before you are frozen solid.
there's a timer, but I'll be calling it out next time. So the next one is going to be Amantul, and we need to, this is when we're going to be lusting if our shaman was up, because we're going to need to burn these as quickly as possible.
Aren't they not vulnerable right away? Or is that in heroic?
I think that's heroic.
There's like a fourth one or something that comes out, and that's the one that's like the last fight in Vault of the Wardens.
Oh no, that's the Norganon. So
Okay.
that's going to be the next one where you just get waves of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they heal, which is why we lust here. But you guys can wipe.
Beware.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad, especially because I kind of glossed over all the important parts. It's worth watching the video for this, especially because there's just a lot of stuff going on, and it's worth seeing everything for the first time. But this is actually going to be it for tonight, since we are at time. So definitely try to watch this video. And we'll pick this up on Tuesday.
Are you going to reset or you going to extend?
It'll probably be fresh, just because we're still getting a lot of gear upgrades.
And
Right.
curiosity, what are we going to do next Sunday? We're going to call it next Sunday since it's Christmas Eve.
Oh, next Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
We will not be raiding next Sunday.
I figured as much. Just wanted
And
to
the
double check.
following Sunday. I did put up a